In today's video, I challenged myself to get every single Steam achievement for Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies. Will I be able to get this done without going insane? Well, I guess we're about to find out. Starting off strong, we have the most iconic and easily the best map of existence. That's right, baby, we got Farm. Oh wait, no we didn't, we got TranZit. Speaking of which, whilst I build the turbine, let me explain the achievements we'll be getting in this single run. This absolute clusterfuck of a map comes with a silky smooth 10 whole achievements. However, 2 of them require more than 1 person. So for me, all alone, because I got no friends, I will be only getting 8 achievements. And obviously here are the achievements in no particular order. Open all doors without being set on fire. EMP a large group of zombies. Put all upgrades onto the bus. Craft and equip 4 buildables. Kill Aggravado without taking any damage. Kill a denizen. Throw a denizen into a lamp to open a portal. Buy 2 perks without the power. Seems pretty simple, right? Well, it should be. So, after experiencing what might be the most minor inconvenience of all time, I finished building the turbine. And for all 3 people who haven't played TranZit Zombies in their entire life, the turbine here is a power source. So these doors that require power to open can be briefly opened using the turbine. Pretty cool, right? No? Alright, moving on then. So as you know, one of the achievements requires me to open every single door of the map without touching any sort of lava, which is why I opened this door, by the way. This includes doors that require power to be opened. Now, it probably sounds pretty easy, except for the fact that, well, just about the entire map is covered in lava. But that means we have to rely on the good old bus. This is Ted. Say hello to Ted, everyone. Ted controls this bus. Ted drives this bus from location to location, and we can use this free transport as a way to get over the lava without being set on fire. However, Ted does not like to wait around for you. So let's just keep that in mind. For the very first achievement I'll be getting, I will kill a denizen. It's surprisingly really easy. To make a long story short, a denizen is a little dude that chills in the fog and just low-key tears your eyes out whenever he attacks you. I actually don't know why. I've got no idea. So just like that, that's the first of 8 achievements that we'll be getting on this map. Whilst we are here, we make sure we say hello to Ted. So please, if you haven't said hello to Ted, hello Ted. Anyway, after witnessing what can only be described as a feature and not a bug, what the fuck? We find ourselves at our next stop. And here is some epic live commentary from yours truly. I don't need to worry about the mystery box stuff right now because I'll just go hit up the bank, which will have all the money I'll need. Thanks, past toast. After putting 1 of 3 parts onto the bus, Ted decides it'll be much easier to just abandon me. But the silver lining is we built the zombie shield, so that's another step closer to our 8 achievements at least, right? So thanks to Ted leaving, I'll be stuck here until, well, whenever he decides he wants to return. We can't really leave this area because it's surrounded by lava. Ted finally arrives, but he just sits there for so long. So I thought, you know, a little bit of encouragement would do him good. Ted, wake up. Shut up, Ted. And one quick distraction later, there's a massive spider on my wall. Hello, buddy. And a nice relaxing bus ride. Ted, hurry up. They're breaking in. Ted, hurry up. Ted, they're breaking in. Sounds like someone's breaking in. We find ourselves at our next stop. But honestly, farm might be the most boring aspect of TranZit. Nothing much really is happening around this area except for double tap. So let me just skip past this for you. I opened these doors with a turbine. I put the cow catcher that was here onto the front of the bus. Spent far too long looking for all the parts for the portable turret and finally got on the bus to go to our next location. Drive faster, Ted! Yeah, fuck you, zombie. Yeah, fuck. Oh shit, he's sprinting! That, of course, being Entering the literal outhouse, we find ourselves in what looks to be a massive researching facility. There's a lot of lore here, but I don't necessarily care to go over it. I placed a turbine which opens a secret door that we will get to later, I swear. I don't build the power switch yet, which again, we will get back to later, so everyone just calm down and build the last of the 4 buildables on this map. Now you may notice I didn't get the achievement, and that's because I'm a fucking moron. To get the achievement, you need to pick up the buildable after making it at least once, which I clearly hadn't done at all. So that sucks, I guess. So in and out pretty quickly, not much to do there. Anyway, after that, we have one more stop, and it's everyone's favorite town. Getting off the bus, I instantly blow up this vault door. This is because for some reason these doors count towards the achievement. Inside the vault doors is a whole bank system that sprawls across 3 different maps. I don't know, I just filled it up on a different map and I thought it would be so much easier if I could just use it, so I'm not here forever. You know, man, I'm a busy man, I got stuff to do, and if you don't like that, I know you can sue me, I guess. Wait, no, but please don't sue me. Anyway, before grabbing my money, I decided to open up all the doors on this stop, because if I open all these doors and I get the achievement, that's good. If I don't, that's bad. What am I talking? Of course that's bad. Finally netting me the achievement for it. That has to be every door. Yes, and it is. But we don't stop there. Putting the last modification on the bus as well gets us that extra achievement. And for those wondering how I got all these points right here, I just grabbed a random amount from the bank, honestly. But we don't stop there. That's right, baby. One more achievement requires you to power 2 perks and buy them. So whilst we're here, we might as well get some jug and get that achievement, right? Right. Running to the bus on a warm road, it was time to go back and finish the little achievements I had sitting around. And actually, whilst I'm here, this should be talked about a lot more, but Ted has some genuinely good voice lines. Ted, you're genuinely bugging out. Son, what are you talking about goodbye cruel world for? Returning back to TranZit, I used one of the turbines to power a street light that I then throw a denizen into, turning it into a portal. Wow, reading that aloud is just like, what the fuck? However, all that fast traveling and portals and shit got me somehow back to town. As you can probably recall, the last we saw the bus was at the bus stop, so it would take a long ass time for it to return to town. So on my infinite wisdom, I come up with the plan to, well, I guess all we can really do is just keep fast traveling, hoping that we end up in the right fucking spot, which somehow turned out to be my smartest move I've ever made in my life somehow. But I couldn't actually go with the bus, unfortunately. What I needed more than anything was EMP grenades for 2 separate achievements. So I need to spin the box a whole bunch until I eventually get them, which when you need one specific thing from the mystery box, it feels like you will literally never get it. After getting the teddy, I thought I might pick up everything I've built, gaining the achievement for it. Turn on the power, spawn in the electric man, go insane. Hail to the Ted driver, Ted driver, Ted driver. Hail to the Ted driver, man. Force a zombie to go insane. And of course, continue spinning the mystery box. But hey, at least I've got 13,000 left. Should be enough. Give me something good, please. Oh my god, on my last one as well. Finally, I can do the last of the achievements. Seeing it was thundering in the sky, I finished the round and waited for the electricity man. Seeing this ball of an electrified nervous system open up showed the severity of the situation. An unknown entity with billions of volts coursing through his entire body with the power to shoot electricity from his fingertips. Disable any and all electronic devices. It was time for the final showdown. Yeah, I just threw an EMP at him. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, I also threw my second EMP at a group of zombies and got the last achievement, so that's cool. Here we go. We did it. We got all 8 achievements that you can get solo, and it took me 67 minutes on the dot, okay? So I think we genuinely have peaked as an entire civilization. Moving on to what might genuinely be everyone's favorite map, we are here on the good old Berry. Now, Buried has 2 achievements that are impossible to obtain during the same run. One requiring you to Pack-a-Punch on round 1, the other one needing you to buy this weapon off the wall and Pack-a-Punch it. So I decided to separate the Pack-a-Punch one, mainly because it's incredibly easy. Not much really happened at all, so we can just breeze past it all right now, get it out of the way. Now you may be asking, Toast, how on earth will you get 5,000 points on round 1? And the answer is actually incredibly simple. We'll be using our good old pal, Leroy. Leroy loves booze, and once given booze, he kind of just full sprints in the opposite direction, destroying any sort of barricades in his path, which in return gives us points. I don't really know why it actually does that, and I don't really want to know the answer why. But we also have chalk weapons that we can draw up ourselves, which give us an extra 1,000 points. So let's get into it. Starting off strong, we jump down this slide, pick up a chalk drawing, giving us a free 1,000 points, and we set Leroy free. And honestly, like I said earlier, there really isn't much except for making Leroy sprint into barricades to get us money, or, you know, doing the chalk drawings for, you guessed it, more money. So I'm just gonna skip us to the end when I get the achievement. Achievement, sick. We Pack-a-Punched in round 1. I thought that was gonna take a little bit longer. That took me 30 minutes, not even. Took me less than 30 minutes. I spent more time just waiting. Now for the much more enjoyable achievements. Here they are on screen. I would of course go over some of them, but someone forgot to write them into the script. Anyway, after one cool hat, where's Leroy? Why has he got a sick little top hat on? And a failed attempt later, I find myself yet again in spawn. And unlike before, we can't just jump straight down into the map. We need to get the LSAT off the wall, which is about 2,000 points, give or take. After some slow point gaining, we jump up to get the gun, and now we can actually start playing the map. As per usual, we do the shotgun chalk, we get Leroy's cell key, we let Leroy out into the world a free man. So originally I wasn't going to actually use the bank at all, but then I came to this shocking discovery that, you know, I don't really care. Grabbing booze, I send Leroy to go absolutely demolish all of these barricades, mainly because one of the achievements requires all of them to be broken, and I obtained the very first achievement of this run by feeding Leroy some candy. See, what feeding Leroy candy at this specific spot does is he will slam his hands into the mystery box, and then the mystery box just can't move. A teddy can't come out. I am not kidding. It literally can't move at all. How broken is that? And as you can probably assume, the reason I do this is because I have to pull yet again another very specific item out of the mystery box for one of the achievements. So it not moving is just, you know, a million times easier. A little later, I try to get Leroy to destroy this fountain right here, which I swear is important, and I promise to actually come back to it later. Instead, Leroy gains some self-dependence and sprints full force into a barricade that I wasn't even aiming at. I don't actually know what happened, and I was completely baffled. Did I even... What? Finally, I did manage to get Leroy to destroy the fountain, netting us yet another achievement. Now, the next achievement requires a very specific buildable to be used. So I find the parts I need for it, I build it, I do everything I need to do. I even make the turbine, and bam! A base boosted sneaky snitch is absolutely destroying these zombies, which after about 10 or so zombie kills finally gives us the achievement. This leaves us with 5 more achievements, all of them which we can basically do at once if we felt like it. We eventually get the time bomb from the mystery box, and I'm not joking, it took far too long. I would open the box about maybe once, twice, maybe 3 times every single round. So whilst I was in this good mood, I went ahead and Pack-a-Punched my weapons. This is the ghost house. Once you walk into it, there is no way of getting out unless you go all the way through it, with a never-ending spawning ghost chasing you throughout the mansion, taking all of your money whenever you're touched by her. But that's not it. Once you've gotten through the rundown mansion, you find yourself at a hedge maze, a maze with doors that open and close themselves as the seconds pass on every round, with a single fountain standing out in the middle. After making it through the mansion, there will be one more ghost that spawns in. Killing her will drop a free perk, which is pretty damn good in my opinion, but we can make make it better. If you drop a time bomb before killing her and then kill her, you can go back in time to before she was dead, leaving the first ghost's perk dropped on the floor. Now, usually this doesn't happen, but here we are. Nevertheless, we still got 2 achievements, one for using the time machine and one for picking up the perk, adding that to our overall total. I went ahead and pack-a-punched my weapons, including the LSAT, getting the achievement for doing so, and now it's time to mention Leroy destroying the fountain out the front. For some reason, if Leroy destroys that fountain, and then you destroy this fountain in the middle of the maze, it opens up a portal back to spawn. I literally have zero clue why that's a thing. I'm sure there's so many reasons, but I don't know, and I do not care. And also, for some reason, after gaining that achievement, it spawned another witch, and killing her yet again gave me another free perk bottle. I don't know. It's more of a win-win for me because, you know, I get a free perk, and I also get to shoot. And now it's time for the last achievement, which shockingly enough will be the easiest with the Mustang and Sally. I need to get to round 20, go into the maze, and finish the round. I then need to finish round 21 while staying in the maze, which would be difficult, but again, I've got the Mustangs and Sallys, so cue the music and time-lapse, I guess, because we've got to get round 20, don't we? And here we are, round 20 in the maze. Now all we got to do is kill the last zombie, which honestly, I have no idea what's going on anymore and how I got yet again another free perk. I genuinely have no clue what's going on. Even whilst I was playing, I had no idea. Did she just drop another perk? What? Now I have to beat round 21 and finally get the very last achievement. I don't really understand why she just dropped the perk. Oh, they jump out of the bush. Kind of funny. I actually fuck with that. So like I said, this might be the easiest part. We're just gonna sit in here, wait for the zombies to come to me, and I'm just gonna shoot them with the Mustang and Sally's, aren't I? We did it. It's over. And now to end the game. I lost all my perks. I'm away, son.
All of you, maintain a respectful distance at all times.